in 1988, before you graduated,
Yes.
you founded Broadcasting Partners.
That's correct. My partner and I, yes.
Tell me more about that, because that's when the entrepreneurial stuff kicked in. That's when you acquired.
I was the general manager at the time of KISS FM in New York. I was on the team that started that radio station, 98.7 KISS. And at that time, there was a lot of money flowing in the broadcasting industry. And what was going on was that the radio industry, Wall Street discovered it as an undervalued asset. And it moved from a broadcasting-driven business to an investor-driven business. And I had a pretty strong track record as a turnaround guy for radio stations, particularly in the programming side. And my partner had similar experience as a GM and on the sales and admin side. And we just found somebody, because you need somebody to take you into those banks, because a lot of them won't give you the appointment, at least back then.
Yep. The next one, banks will do it.
Yeah, I can see that. Where were you when I needed you in '88? But we found a VC firm in New York, which gave us, well, they don't give you anything, right. But we got $13 million seed money from them to start a company. We bought 5 radio stations and started Broadcasting Partners.
And grew it to what size?
We grew it to 11 stations. '88 we started. We did an LBO in '93, and that was one of the early LBOs for radio, before Radio 1 actually. Mm-hmm. In '93 we did an IPO, took it public, and in '95 our investors sold.
All right. Right. So with that in mind, you mentioned a couple of things. One, venture capitalists. You have to deal with the venture capitalists. How did that work out for you?
Who am I talking to? Who's my audience here?
There are a couple in the audience.
Well, look, it's a mixed bag. I mean, you get the opportunity to have a lot of capital at once to do some things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, but you just have to be very clear who your relationship is with and what the downsides are for non-performance. Now, we started in August of '81, and a recession started about 60 seconds after that. Okay. I learned within 18 months what breaking covenants was about. I learned what dilution was about. These are the other side of dealing with these kind of deals. If you want me to be candid, if a person could start their own company with their own money or private money that they raised, and maybe take a little longer if they could afford or could stand to do that, I would recommend doing that. Right. Having said that, you can't make de minimis what the value of this other money is to, jumpstart your company.
High growth.
It's a personal decision. Right.
All right. So the other thing that came to mind when you mentioned that was you also were public now for the first time, because it's different being private, public. Like I looked you up and I found out your salary. I know Alfred's. I know.
Yeah.
How's that?
What size underwear do I wear, man? Because it's in there. It's like Prego. It's in there.
Is it? All right. The YouTube video. No, anyway.
Right. It is.
But it's different, right? I mean,
well, you get used to it. You understand that this is the world that you're operating in, and you get used to it. And you can't have thin skin. Mm-hmm. The last contract I just did, I mean, when I came to Radio 1, I signed a 2-year deal, and then I signed another contract after 2 years for 3 years, and it was wild. People coming up to me telling me exactly what I made. They had a copy, because we had to file it with the 10Q, a copy of my entire contract. They knew every clause. They knew I could get out in 6 months if I wanted to. My lawyer did a good job on that one. There were no secrets.
Right.
That's the meaning of public.